Good morning, fourth grade. Happy Monday. I hope you had an awesome weekend. I know I did, but it's Monday, which means it's a new week and we got to get back to work. Okay, so on Friday, we started lesson 4.3, which is interpreting the remainder. And we talked about how we could write our remainders as a fraction, or we could focus on just the quotient and kind of just forget about the remainder altogether. So today we're going to talk about the other two ways. One of those ways is we can just add 1 to the quotient. All right, and this problem is going to look a little bit familiar because it's going to be the same one that we used on Friday. We're just going to look at the answer in a different way. Okay, so it says Ben is a tour guide at a glass blowing studio. He can give tours to no more than 7 people at one time. If 80 people want a tour, how many tours will he give? Okay, so on Friday, we were talking about how many tours could he give to groups of 7. Today, we're going to look at how many is he going to have to give in all. Okay, so first things first, let's look for our important numbers in our question in our problem. So he can give tours to no more than 7 people at once. And 80 people want a tour. And our question we're looking at is how many tours will he give? Okay, so we know that we're already dividing, so let's go ahead and write our division problem down. If you don't already have a piece of paper and a pencil, go ahead and go get one so you can work this out with me. Because remember, when we work things out together and write them down, we're going to remember it easier or better. Okay, so I've got 80. I'm going to write it right here. 80 divided by 7. So 80 people total and at most groups of 7. Okay, so remember we're looking at, does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers? So our first step is to divide. Can 7 be divided into 8? Yeah, it can. How many times? Right, 7 is just going to fit inside of 8 one time. So I'm going to place that 1 right up here. Then I'm going to have to multiply. 7 times 1 gives me, very good, 7. And I'm going to place that 7 right there. Remember, we're keeping everything in line. Okay? After we multiply, we subtract. Very good. So we've divided, multiplied, subtracted. Are we subtracting 80 minus 7? No, we're just doing the 8 minus 7. We're subtracting exactly in line like we have them. 8 minus 7 is going to give us 1. Very good. Okay. Uh-oh, alarm's going off. Just ignore that. All right, so 7 times 1 gives us 7. We subtract, 8 minus 7 is 1. So now we are checking. Who remembers what we're checking for? Right, we're just checking to see if this 1 is less than the 7. Is 1 less than 7? Yes, it is. So I'm going to go ahead and check that and we're good. So now we have to bring down. What am I bringing down? The roof, the house? What am I bringing down? Right, very good. Just this 0 right here. I'm going to place it right there. Okay, can 7 go into 10? Yes, it can. How many times? Very good. 7 can go into 10 one time without going over. Okay, so we are back at the top here. We have divided. Now we are multiplying. Am I doing 7 times 11? No, I'm not. I'm doing 7 times the number I just brought up there, which is the 1. 7 times 1 is 7. Very good. All righty. I'm going to pause this for just a second, guys. I got to turn that alarm off. Okay, sorry about that. That alarm was not wanting to quit. Okay, so we have divided. 10 went into 7 one time, and then we multiplied. 7 times 1 gave us 7. So now we are subtracting. 10 minus 7 is going to give me 10. Take away 7. 3. Very good. Okay, then we check. Is 3 less than 7? Yes, it is. So then we bring down. Oh, and there's nothing left. So this 3 becomes my remainder. So my answer is 11 remainder of 3. Now, let's look back at the question they asked us. And it says, how many tours will he give to make sure everybody goes? So we know that he's going to give 11 groups of 7 a tour. But what about these 3 leftover people? Can we just tell them too bad, you can't come because I can only give groups of 7? No, we have to make sure we do a tour for them as well. So we're going to have these 11 tours plus 1 more tour right here. So Ben is going to give a total of 12 tours. So all we did was we added 1 to our quotient, which was 11. 11 plus 1, he'll give 12 tours. All righty, let's move on to the second way that we can, or the fourth way really, but the second way that we're going to look at it today. We're going to be using only the remainder. Okay, so it says after Ben gives all of the tours to the groups of 7, how many people are going to be on that last tour? Okay, so we can actually use this problem up here that we already did, right? Because it's the same work, just a different question. So after he gives all the tours, how many people are going to be on that last tour? Okay. Well, we know that he is giving 11 groups of 7 a tour, but we're looking at that last group, that leftover that didn't fit so nicely into those groups of 7. What was our remainder? Remember, we had 80 divided by 7, and when we worked that out, it gave us the 11 remainder of 3. So we're using only the remainder. So using this work here, and I've copied it down here, how many people did we say were going to be on that last tour that we had to add? Right, 3 people. We're just using those leftovers that didn't fit so nicely into our problem. Okay, so using only the remainder is a way to look at it as well. All right, so 3 people are going to be on his last tour. Okay, guys, you are going to have some work in your folder. It is going to be focusing on just these 2 ways today that we talked about. So make sure that you go back into your folders and check, and I will see you tomorrow for some more math. Have a wonderful day, guys.